watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thanks for joining us for DC News Now. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Annalisa Gale. Well, we're going to take a live look now at the post-Labor Day traffic headache. This is a live look at the Mixing Bowl in Northern Virginia. The end of vacations, 3-day weekends for lots of folks there. And it's a bit slow moving there. You know, it's really tough when that many people are on the roads after the holidays.
Annalisa, the roads may not be so pretty, but it's another beautiful day in the DMV. A live look outside at the Kennedy Center. Let's head over now to meteorologist Scott Sumner, who's in for Damon Madsen with the first look at our forecast.
Yeah, I know, Annalisa, all too well about that traffic on the roads this morning. My goodness, it took a little extra time to get into work today, and I'll probably do so going home. But I tell you what, it's nice. Even if you're stuck in traffic, at least you can open up the windows or sunroof if you happen to have it, because it's sunny and it's 76. It's beautiful out there. The dew point temperatures are low, and we always talk about this in the Weather Center. You know, drier air with comfortable temperatures is just such a nice feel to it. Well, we are certainly dry here, as all the areas from Fredericksburg up to Hagerstown, all points in between from also west to east are showing 40-degree dew point temperatures. And so it makes it very delightful out there. Now, what about temperatures? They also drop when you have drier air outside as opposed to a humid air mass. It's easier for the thermometer to drop after the sun sets. And we'll go from the 70s quickly into the 60s by 8, 9 o'clock, and then into the 50s right after the midnight hour. It's going to be another cool night here, but comfortable night. Certainly open up the windows here in D.C. Compliments of the big blue H, as I like to call it, the high pressure system that's off to the north. So the morning checklist for tomorrow, I know I'm looking ahead here, but it might be another morning where you need the jacket and or sunglasses out there. So certainly keep that in mind. Now, it'll be continued cool. Another beautiful Wednesday. Late week showers return and a cold front arrives on Saturday. We'll break it all down with that 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, Scott, thank you. 3 Rockville gun stores are being sued by the District of Columbia and the state of Maryland. They're accused of illegally selling dozens of weapons to gun traffickers. DC News Now's Dave LaValle joins us from Atlantic Guns, one of the stores mentioned in the suit. And Dave, what does the owner have to say?
Well, good afternoon to you, Mark and Annalisa. The owner at this point is not talking. He told us he could not comment because he had not seen the suit filed this morning in Montgomery County. The store, according to the suit, is where Demetrius Minor bought 4 handguns during August 2021. He purchased 5 guns at United Gun Shop between August and October of the same year. Engage Armament is where the suit says Minor bought 25 guns between April and September 21, including 8 in 2 weeks. Minor is then said to have trafficked those weapons mostly into the district and into the hands of those who should not have had them. D.C. Attorney General Brian Schwab and Maryland's Attorney General announced the suit this morning in front of U.S. District Court in downtown Washington.
They made a choice to put their profits over our public safety, a choice to put their profits over our people.
United's declined to comment on the suit, while the owner of Engage Armament did not respond to our request to comment. Only 9 of the 34 guns have been recovered. One of them, we're told, was found on the suspect involved in a Prince George's County stabbing. That's the only information we were provided about that. We are right now live in Rockville. Dave LaValle, DC News Now.
All right, Dave, thank you. Tragic end to a search for a missing child with autism in Allegheny County, Maryland. The body of the 7-year-old girl was found in the Potomac River near her home in McCool yesterday. Emergency responders tried performing CPR but were unsuccessful. The child had been missing for several hours. The medical examiner is handling the investigation.
Well, the search is still on for a man connected to an incident that left D.C. police officer Wayne David dead. Investigators are now offering up to $60,000 for information leading to the arrest of Tyrell Bailey. Bailey is currently wanted on an arrest warrant for illegally having a gun. The 27-year-old is accused of tossing that firearm into a storm drain and taking off on I-295 last week. Now, Officer David died after he accidentally shot himself while trying to grab that gun.
Prosecutors and defense lawyers are making last-minute motions heading into the high-profile trial for the teen girls accused of beating a 64-year-old man to death last fall in the district.
Now, 2 of the 5 teen girls accused in the murder of Reggie Brown are set to face trial on Thursday.
And DC News Now's Randy Bass was in the courtroom as both sides argued over opening statements of those girls that made to police.
Yeah, Randy joining us live now. Randy, what else are you learning about today's hearing?
Yes, we've been in that hearing all day. Started right around 10 o'clock this morning. Still ongoing right now. The big focus in court today, the 14-year-old girl's defense team arguing that she made incriminating statements to police that put her at the scene. She made those statements to police back when she was 13, last November. They're saying that those statements should be thrown out. The judge presiding over this case has yet to rule on that motion, hearing other motions now, but arguments over the motion to suppress her statements lasted for several hours today. Several clips of that police interview from last fall were shown in court too. The officer interviewing her told her she could, quote, rock the code and go to jail or be a snitch. The officer also later testified she was first brought in as a witness, but became a suspect during the course of the interview. When she made those incriminating statements, the officer never Mirandized her, never read her rights. During the interview, she was in a locked room with her mother and officers, but wasn't told she could leave at any time. Prosecutors say the interview was not coercive. She wasn't in custody and that she made those statements voluntarily. A reminder here in this case, the girls charged are accused of attacking Reggie Brown along Georgia Avenue last fall, allegedly kicking and beating him to death. The whole thing allegedly captured on videotape. The judge is set to hear other motions throughout the course of this afternoon. Motions to suppress identifications of people involved in the case. But if nothing major happens here over the next 2 days, those 2 girls are expected to start trial on Thursday. In D.C., I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy, thanks so much. Well, traffic on I-95 in Fredericksburg is running smoothly again after a crash involving a tractor trailer shut down southbound lanes this morning. That truck was hauling car parts and diesel when it flipped onto its side past the off-ramp Route 3 there. We're working to learn more at this hour.
Happening soon, WSSC Water will hold a virtual meeting to talk about planned water restrictions in southern Prince George's County. They start Wednesday at 8 p.m. and will impact people in Clinton, Rosaryville, Marlton, Brandywine, Accokeek, and portions of Fort Washington. Tonight's meeting is planned for 7 p.m. We have a link to join on our website, dcnewsnow.com.
In other health news, updated Moderna and Pfizer COVID vaccines are now available at giant pharmacies in Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia. Those vaccines are for people 3 and older. They can receive the vaccine if it has been 2 months since their last dose. Walk-in appointments are available, but you'll need to bring a photo ID and insurance card with you.
Montgomery County Public School students that were enrolled in the district's virtual learning program claim that they are not receiving adequate support from the district.
Yeah, it was announced earlier this year that the virtual learning program was cut because of funding. DC News Now's Kevon Dupree covers Montgomery County for us. He spoke with parents who say they are frustrated.
The Montgomery Virtual Academy started during the pandemic and was discontinued in June due to budget cuts. Several families whose students were enrolled in MVA say they feel MCPS hasn't done enough to support them so far this school year. An MCPS spokesperson tells me a letter was sent out by Superintendent Dr. Thomas Taylor to MVA families over the summer. The letter informed them about the home and hospital teaching program that is available for students who qualify during the first marking period. One parent says she and others ran into issues with that process.
The directive was that you were supposed to meet with your counselor at your school and have them fill out their section of the form and take the form to your doctor, have them fill out their section of the form. You had a little section at the beginning, and then submit the forms to the counselors so that they would submit it to HHT. What many MVA families found is that when they tried to talk to their counselors, the counselors didn't want to talk. The counselors were not willing to submit the forms because they decided, the counselors decided, that these students didn't have qualifications to be in HHT.
In that same letter sent out to MVA families, Taylor mentioned a new hybrid program that they have proposed to start in the second marking period. It is expected to be more robust than the current home and hospital teaching program. But Andrea Levy isn't convinced that new program will be effective or even happen at all.
They're talking about it a lot, but until we actually see it and we see students actually being accepted into it, most of us don't believe that it's actually going to happen. And those that do believe it's going to happen, we know even if it does happen, it's not going to be anywhere near what the MVA was.
MCPS spokesperson Liliana Lopez says they're open to hearing from MVA families. She encourages them to reach out with any concerns they may have. Reporting in Rockville, I'm Kevon Dupree, DC News Now.
All right, thanks to Kevon. New at 4 in Virginia, more than a dozen bus routes on the Fairfax Connector are changing. The county says it'll result in better service to riders. Among the changes, Route 558 will split into northern and southern portions of Reston and create a new Route 559. Now, Route 494 will begin stopping at the Springfield Community Business Center, and Route 371 from Lorton to Springfield will replace routes 372 and 373. And this all starts September 14th. That's a week from Saturday. And on September 16th, a new express route will run between Tysons and Bethesda, Maryland.